Hello everyone. Previously we have discussing about some basic concept on Hartnett governor and how to derive an expression for the lift of the sleeve edge, stiffness of the spring, then spring forces S1 and S2 like this. So in this video lecture we are going to solve a numerical on Hartnett governor and to find out the stiffness of the spring. So question is, in a spring loaded Hartnett governor, the extreme radius of rotation, that is minimum and maximum radius of rotation, is 80 mm and 120 mm respectively. The ball arm and the sleeve arm of the lever are equal if the mass of the ball is 2 kg and the speed at the two extreme positions are 400 rpm and 420 rpm. Then find out the stiffness of the spring. So for the stiffness of the spring, R1 is equal to 80 mm. Given it is given that R1 is the minimum radius of rotation, that is 80 mm, and R2 is equal to 120 mm, that is 0.12 meter, and fly ball mass m, small m, is 2 kg. So small at the minimum radius of rotation, the speed of revolution N1 is equal to 400 rpm and N2 is equal to 420 rpm, and the ball arm and the sleeve arm are equal, that is x is equal to y, and we have to find out the stiffness value. So in order to find out the stiffness value, we have to find out the spring reactions first, of what we have discussed in the previous lectures. So for the determination of this spring force, we have to see whether we have determined the centrifugal force value or not. So first step is determination of centrifugal force. For that, omega 1 is the unknown factor, m is given, mass of the fly ball is given, r1 is given 0.08 meter. So omega 1 is nothing but 2 pi n1 by 60. Put down this value, 2 pi into 400 by 60, that is 41.9 radian per second. Omega 2 is equal to 2 pi into by 60, 2 pi into 420 by 60, that is 44 radian per second. Fc1 is equal to m omega square R1 to 81 Newton, and Fc2 is equal to m omega 2 square R2, that is 465 Newton. We know that for the minimum position, the mg plus h1 is equal to 2fc1 into x by y, and in this x is equal to y, so it will be cancel out, and mg plus s1 is equal to 2fc1, but here no data is mentioned for the sleep load, so value of capital M is equal to 0. Put down this, so cancel out this one. So S1 is equal to 2 FC1. FC1 we have determined 281. So 2 into 281, that is equal to 562 Newton. This we will get S1 value. Now S2 value we will get for the maximum position. Okay, for the maximum position we have got the S2 value. So mg plus S2 is equal to 2fc2 into x by y, where x is equal to y, so it will be cancel out. Similarly, there is no sleep load, capital M is equal to 0, and this will be cancelled out, and S2 is equal to 2 into Fc2. So we will get S2 value 930 Newton. So we have determined now the S1 and S2, that is the spring force values respectively. Now the lift of the sleeve H is nothing but H is equal to R2 minus R1 into y by x. There is a separate video lecture was made, and the link is given in the above description below. You can see that how we have determined this value. So it is very important one and the most basic one. So H is equal to nothing but R2 minus R1 into y by x, and y is equal to x, so cancel out this one. So R2 minus R1, that is 120 minus 80, and these dimensions is in mm, so H is in mm. You can keep it in meter also. Okay, now we have determined the spring force reactions, we have determined the lift of the sleeve. Now stiffness of the spring is nothing but S2 minus S1 by H. So S2 minus S1 by H is 930 minus 562 divided by H, where H is in mm. Okay, so H is in mm, and these force are in Newton, so its unit will be Newton per mm. So stiffness unit is S is equal to 9.2 on Newton per mm. So this is how we have find out the value of stiffness. So first of all we have to determine omega value from the value n. Then we have to determine the force Fc, okay, that is m omega square r. Then we have to determine the spring forces S1 comma S2, okay, mg plus S1 into 2fc1 xyy. From that we have determined S1 and S2. Then we have determined the lift of the sleeve, that is h value. Then the stiffness is nothing but S is equal to S2 minus S1 divided by h. So in this way we can find out the other problem values, and the other numericals will be given like this format, or any data will be changed and you have to find out whether it is given to find out h, and s will be given. So in that case you can find out s2 minus s1, and divided by s you will get h value. So like this you can proceed to the other calculations. So practice other questions, and first learn the concept and practice other questions, so it can be easier for you for the examination point of view. So that's all for the day. Thank you.